Hello, hello. How is everybody? Good to see you this evening. I hope everybody is well. Hopefully the snow has passed you by. I saw Shanna here. Welcome, friend. Shanna will be going live at the top of the hour after we wrap up here. So if you stay here, you should get redirected. Um, but we got 11 inches, I think, somewhere between 9 and 11 inches of very powdery snow yesterday. But people were pretty dug out by this morning. So that was nice. Good to see you, Blossom. I think you were here first. Hopefully, I'm sure in your neck of the woods there is not as much snow as here, but hopefully you're well. Jim, good to see you. I know that you had snow recently, so to quote one of my friends, it feels like winter is officially here now. Yeah, it's good to see you, Bone Tired. Well, it's Casey. Nice to see you. I was catching one of Casey's streams recently. I think through the Ginger Cat Ladies extended universe of crafty friends. I don't know. I think it was either Blossom or Anne who sort of turned me onto their community, which was it's much more junk journaling-y. So if you remember some of the stuff that Dawn and I think T still does junk journaling, but I don't know if she still has the series. But it's interesting. There's a lot more less product focus, a lot more focus on reuse, which is always nice. We're sort of reusing things today, but not really. Hey Lala, good to see you. I hope you are well. Next, we have all sorts of things happening this week, but next Saturday, Lala is hosting me on her channel for our monthly face journaling thing that was supposed to be in November, but I had family plans, but ironically, they all got canceled because it snowed. But we had sort of rescheduled by that point. Nice to see you as well, Christopher. I think that is everybody. So this week commences sort of crazy season because everything's going to be busy. But on Monday, I am not live, but my friend Elizabeth, who I haven't seen here today yet, kicks off her birthday celebration. So she's doing 7 days of streaming on her channel. And then Monday, the 8th, we're doing the last 2 days because her birthday is on the 7th, mine is on the 9th. So we're doing sort of a combined birthday thing. So I'm not sure what she's doing with her giveaways this year, but mine are not complicated. Basically, show up and we'll use StreamYard's random thingy picker and see if somebody wins. Delise. I think she won like 4 giveaways in a row. So things definitely go her way sometimes. Hello, Lynn. Good to see you. And I think I said hi to everybody. If I did not say hi to you, hi, hello. Did get a couple cards this week. I don't know if they're birthday or swap cards. We will see. And then, I didn't even talk about Advents. I don't know why. I watched Crafty Owl's kickoff thing on Saturday. So this year will be a little more free form. I'll stream when I have bandwidth to stream, but I will open things on the correct days. So just FYI. I was trying to think of a way to do daily streams, but between family and church and work and stuff, I don't think it's going to happen this year. But on days I stream, I will stream like the day of the number. But I thought we could open number 2 from Brutus Monroe and see what that is. I haven't used the glitter paper they sent me, which is cool. I realized that like a 3x3 square is not like you basically have to die cut a floral out of it, which I mean isn't awful, but you know. Hey Ann, how are you? Welcome in. Always good to see you. Ann has been introducing me to some of her journaling friends, which has been awesome. So let's see what we have. I will move these off camera because some of these have addresses, but I want to show you these stamps. This one is from our friend Kristen Kamado of Craft Roulette fame, if you know her. She also did a short with My Silly Episode. She has a cool Kamado short as well. But I'm guessing probably a birthday card because I don't think we've swapped anything in a while, but we shall see. Oh, and the cat might appear. He was here earlier, but then wandered off. He's a little irritated with me because I have just so many things on my desk right now. Oh, wow. That is so cool. That's a really nice. And I kind of want to start saving stamps because I feel like they would be a cool collage element. But very cool. I really like the use of this. It's not quite mirror. It's like a semi-mirror cardstock. It's really cool. The green, I mean. The gold is obviously mirror, but very cute. Nice use of twine. Might be a craft roulette card. Nope. And we have a, oh, that's really nice. We have a nice metallic gold base. I think it's single-sided. It's the meowiest season of all. It certainly is. Except my black cat is where my gray cat usually is. So I don't know where Lennox is. He was here earlier. Very lovely. Good wishes for the New Year's, which is always fun. Beautiful card. And really a pretty easy one to put together. I do like this use of a corner punch a lot, which I always forget to do. But you can make these sort of like Art Deco-y tile thingies, which I like quite a bit. Let's see. Everyone is saying hello. It is cool. I like it a lot. I did hear someone gave me the good idea that like you could cut the fronts off your Christmas cards and then basically like bind them together. So I'm kind of curious if I want to do that this year. This one is from our friend Donna. Another cute Forever Christmas stamp. I don't know. Ever since, I think when the post office came out with their Dungeons and Dragons stamp set, and then they did the Ansel Adams one, they've been doing really nice things. So, I mean, it's, oh, this is clever. We have a snow person, but nice use of wax paper. I wouldn't have thought of that. Getty for a great day. Oh, this one seems to be winter birthday. I love the paper. Is it paper? I think it is paper. We always have to like case these to figure out. Some nice like glossy bits here too, but and I love this kind of simple coloring, right? Where you basically are just highlighting the shadow thingies and then doing one layer because life's too short for complicated coloring. Don't look a day over fabulous. Very cool. Wow. Really good hand writing. I wish my handwriting looked half that good. Very cool. They're definitely all falling in the cute vein. But yeah, no, I get a lot of mail, and I always want to save the stamps and like, because I feel like you could just sort of cut it. I mean, you wouldn't really have to do much other than make a background out of them. This one's cool because this is actually an Australian stamp, so this one I definitely want to save. I only say that because I saw the back and the return address from Australia, but very cool. It's always nice when you see, oh, this one is very well sealed. We will see. Hopefully none of it. I don't think any of these are swap cards, but if you send me a swap card, make sure you write that on the envelope because it's easy for me to forget what partners I have that did what. We have. Oh, that's really cute. Choose your own card venture. Oh, what a nice idea. We have. Oh, that's cool. So we have a bunch of stuff that we can make our own card. That is a very neat idea. So we have cats, of course. Oh, that's cool. So we have a postage die, and we have our cats, so we could make another card with these or some other kind of card. So that's pretty dope. A nice happy birthday with kitties. Very cute. Happy birthday from Australia. From another craft roulette friend. And we have a kitty on the inside, so very cool. We just catch up. Oh, thanks, Shanna, for doing the like thing. I always forget to talk about the YouTube things. Yeah, subscribe to the channel because I don't know when any of my Advent lives are, but you'll probably get some kind of notification. That's very unconvincing, isn't it? But in any event, let's see what we have from Brutus Monroe. It feels like a little stamp. because it feels flat and about this big, but we'll see. I do like their packaging this year. I have it. We've only had one day, but we have a little itty bitty stamp. Let's see if I have some. I must have like something. Oh, here we go. It's a little sweater with little candy canes and a itty bitty sentiment. This is kind of reminiscent of something they did in the the 2003 calendar, which I think is their last one, where they would do these like sort of. I think these are like, yeah, they're like a 2x2 stamp, so they're small, but I like stuff like this because you can make like wreaths or swirlies, or I mean, you can make your own pattern paper out of it with a small one. So I actually prefer to get stuff like that. The reason I started opening the Brutus Monroe one early is because it was all Christmas themed last year, and I didn't want to like I didn't want to not open it until Christmas and then have all this Christmas stuff I didn't use for a year. Hey, Danny, how are you? Welcome. Danny is saying hi to Blossom and probably many others. I thought it would be fun to do Craft Roulette again, and we're doing a map fold, which I think I'm going to do a trifold for that, if I can figure out where I put my paper trimmer. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a trifold, and I think I'm going to also it's not going to be super Christmassy, because I really want to make a thank you card for Blossom's friend who sent me that awesome painting. And it was the one of the Easter Snoopy, basically. And she said he liked sort of religious themed cards as well as like handmade stuff. So I think I wound up printing off a whole bunch of ephemera. So I think that we will kind of put it together that way. I want to do 3-inch panels by 5.5, but I want to probably want to take an additional 1/8 of an inch here, just so that I can do a gusset on one side so that this actually works. Hopefully. We will see. Then we can talk pattern paper, because I have some, but I had one idea and then kind of scrapped it. I was originally thinking I'd use up this sort of orphan piece of gingham, which I thought would actually, I think those colors work nicely together. But it's kind of busy and not very Christmassy. There's like knitted texture on the other side. This, I think, would be fun if you grunged it up a bit, right? Like if you kind of muted this down and did sort of the graphic 45 thing, or like brayered on a bunch of like lighter browns just to make it more vintage. Because I feel like I would like this if it was like felt more vintage. Speaking of, I also have a bunch of other Christmas sentiments. This was from a printable that has more like Christmas and more religious Christmas, but I've been really having fun with these Bitty Penny kids. There's also some angels in here, but these kids are very retro. This is from her paper doll release. This little girl, I guess she didn't. This little girl lost a leg, but I think if you kind of mounted her correctly, you wouldn't notice. And then we have some of that. And the other thing that was in here was we had all these cute little angels, which I thought would be kind of nice for Blossom's friend who is into that sort of thing. But I think they'll be about the right size. She got her wing wax, so we'll probably have to just like stick her behind something and cut it off. But anyway, I think that's what we're kind of doing. Although I didn't bother to tell anyone what the parameters are. So Mapfold card, something from the sky. Snow also works. So we could just make a winter card if I didn't have an idea in mind. But yeah, and some other things. Planter colors and 3 in a row. 3 in a row I think we'll get with our panels, and then planter colors. I have a green, and green things grow in planters. And I'm thinking of bringing in a different paper pad. I'm scoring this at 3 3 1/8, and I'm hopefully not cutting the card in half because that would be kind of a bummer. But that should just give us a little extra room. We'll see how this works out. But the other paper I had thought of, I'll probably need that eventually. But I had this cool, Christina just sneak peeked this, but we have some really cool sort of these grungy butterflies I thought would work really well. Oh, I do like that. I really like these. I think I might do this. The only downside to these, there's also a really cool texture piece in here. There's like 4 million roses, but so we have sort of snow. We have some snow or polka dots, depending. But I really like this pattern paper a lot too. That would actually work well. I guess this is more analogous and the butterflies are not, but anyway, this is from the January monthly kit. There's a video of it going up on Monday. Oh yeah, that's another thing next week. There are 2 videos. There's a video on Monday and then one on the 4th. I kind of like that. I still like that blue, I think. But let's see if this card base actually works. So this is 3. This is basically just 3 by 3, but then I put an extra score line in so that we kind of have a gusset, so this thing will fold flat, hopefully. We'll see. Well, let's do this correctly. And you also don't have to do a gusset. I just like them a little bit. And we may want to actually cut whatever the whatever flap is going in, we may wish to cut a little bit. Not a lot, but just just enough so that basically, this is the front one, but that actually works okay. But sometimes you want to cut this inner flap, but I think we'll be good. So this is kind of what the finished card is going to look like once we get some mats in here. But basically, I think I'm going to leave this one as a writing place. I may do 2 I don't know. I think I'll do the middle one as a writing place and then decorate these 2 and decorate these 2. So I think I need about 5 mats, probably. Let me just catch up while I'm catching stuff. Planter colors, yes. So I think we have a green planter. I mean, your planter could be any planter, I suppose. This is very planter colors to me, but I don't love the butterflies. So I like the other side of this better. So I think I need, I might need more than that. Do I now? Because, well, we'll see. I might need another one. But I think we can just cut this sort of per normal. It's just we're going to have sort of a, 2 3/4 kind of. I think 2 3/4 is going to be what we want to kind of, yeah, I think that'll work. And then if we bring in one of our blue ladies, right? I think she's going to really pop off this. It's still kind of blue color palette-y in the background here, but I think she's going to really pop. And we can also just have her. She doesn't actually need to be grounded anywhere because, obviously she can fly, so we can do some wonkier stuff too. But I think I need, I think I'll be fine because I think I just need 4 of these and then 1 in probably cream. But I'm curious if folks have are you starting Christmas, which is where I'm at, or finishing Christmas? Oh, thank you for the happy birthday. I appreciate it. I'll be 39 again for the, I don't know, 15th time if anyone's interested. What did I say? I said 2 3/4, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of feel like, because I didn't really get into Christmas yet, I'm kind of like excited to start Christmas, but also, and I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, if you have friends who have like winter birthdays, it always gets kind of weird because it's like, well, you don't really feel like you're celebrating for a while. I mean, you could do this in white, but I don't know. When I'm using sort of more of these like vintagey papers, it just seems weird to do with anything in white. But you certainly could. And I'm not really going to bother with an inside sentiment because I'm going to write a message eventually. I kind of want to ink edge this just because I feel like this would be a little stark. Yeah, let's see if I like this ink edge. We certainly have enough other stuff. But I would like to bring in a little green into sort of this piece. Especially since everything else seems a little... Yeah, I think that'll work nicely. Pretty subtle, but I think it works. And yeah, I think we can just stick that down and move on. Have it brought out. Yeah, I just started yesterday when it was snowy and there was nothing to do in the house. Oh, thanks for sharing the channel link, Shanna. Much appreciated. If you want to check out ECR, I think it was either last year or the year before we started collaborating because our birthdays are 2 days apart, and it's been kind of fun. It's basically an excuse just to like stream with friends and give stuff away. Because we certainly have enough things. Well, I guess I shouldn't speak for others. I have enough things, and I like to give them away because then I feel less bad about buying more cool things later. Which I guess just sort of perpetuates the process, but you know. Okay, so that's pretty okay. I kind of like that ink edge, so I may do it on these too, because these don't have a lot of green in them. But basically, I'll put 2 here and then 1 on each of the other flaps. Although I think it'll take a little longer to dry. Oh, the cat's coming. Hopefully we don't get green ink on the cat. For new friends, my gray cat likes to help craft because he thinks he's helpful. Sometimes he is. Sometimes less so. Sometimes he knocks things off or creates craftalanches, which is currently what's happening. Sir, I think you're obscuring everybody's view. Perhaps you could move. Could you move your butt? Thank you. You can sit on my lap. He didn't want to sit on my lap. He is such a dog sometimes. He just wants to be where all the action is. Hello, hello. Good to see you. E. Miller, I don't think I know who you are. Thanks to the magic of all the handles where we don't have like people's names anymore. Yeah, I think I like that. I like this inkier edge. And the butterfly wouldn't look bad. It just doesn't seem to thematically work. Although if you did the butterflies, you could have this be just a totally different card because you basically have all your parameters at once. And if you're unfamiliar with Craft Roulette, there's a link to the new personalized landing pages. I don't make any money on it or anything. It's just sort of it was nice. They made sort of a if you're new here page, which I always appreciate whenever those exist because I don't know. Every time I'm hanging out with new people, I'm always like, well, I don't know what those words mean. How might I ask that in a way that doesn't make me sound completely clueless? Now, this is going to look a little bit weird because of our gusset, but essentially, that should work out just fine. And I did kind of cheat and do all the ephemera because I had been doing. I was watching somebody stream and I was just die cutting like Christmas stuff. Well, die cutting the sentiments. I scan and cut everything else because I'm not really a fan of cussy cutting or fussy cutting, depending on what you call it. I think it was Pam who called it bitchy snipping, which I thought was, pretty accurate. Although the scan and cut will never be as good as like people for actually, cutting out the image you plan to. So I mean, it's always kind of a trade-off. And they're a little spendy. I don't know, people I think know the story. Mine was kind of came to me accidentally because now here you can see how this like gusset is a little bit kittywampus because of the size of this inside piece, this one. So we could, if we want to, just shave a little bit off, which I think I will do. Not a lot, or it'll look kind of wacky, but a fly's eyelash, as they say, is probably all we need to free this up. Yeah. So now this is working better. Anyway. So we could do this in kind of any orientation too. So we could do just like a Merry Christmas and then do something here and something here and something here, which is kind of nice. The other one we could do is like, I thought we could do this and then use our slightly mangled angel and just have her kind of like flying behind it, and then you can't tell the dirt wing is completely messed up. Unless you watched the stream and knew that that's what I did. But I kind of like that as an idea. Although there is sort of a, like, these are very, like, stationary angels, but I don't know. I'm not really going to, I kind of like this. So I think I'm going to do that for the front of this thing. I guess I shouldn't getting overly hung up on like the preferred pronouns of magical creatures or how angels work is probably not a super good use of any of my time, but sometimes you just kind of have your like ADD moments of like, what on earth is that and how does that work? But I like the idea of her kind of sneaking out from behind. And then what we can do is, like, I like this because her little toes kind of break the line of all these mats, and that kind of makes it a little more interesting. I guess I don't need that. So I do like that. I like her. She's fun. Oh, are you? That's good. Can I have it? I'm going to send it to your friend, and hopefully he'll find it amusing. Or not. I mean, you never know. This is going to be when we have like, vintage angels, which are, I mean, probably reasonable. Typically I stick to more basic Christmas for people that I don't know that they're into this sort of silliness. So what I wanted to do, I thought I'd use this one on the inside because it just kind of it's sort of more of an icon. And then we could use the other two sort of flanking the main panel. But I do have my other, actually, I have a bunch of these tags that I wound up making. These are just, it's die cut cream paper that I was ink smushing while I was watching something. But they have this interesting, like, there's a lot of browns and greens to them. They look more straight up gold, but I'm curious, do I like the gold? Do I like Ron Gold better? I kind of like this, actually. Although I might have one that's a little less. I'd like something that some of these have more character to them. Like this one has more brown, so I kind of like. How does this look if we have a slightly less obviously gold tag? I do kind of like that. That makes it look a little more vintage. And then we could use like a blingy something there. But I've really been, I guess I should grab it. I've been enjoying kind of mixing, I don't know, cutesy Spellbinders stuff with some of these more like vintage inspired things. Could I make a hinge? I could certainly make a hinge. We can always make hinges. Could you make a hinge on the front to see the entire image behind the tag? Yeah. So you're saying like hinge this tag so that you could open it up and it would be more of a surprise? Like do this so that the tag hinges open, or I mean, really, you could do it like that too. Whoops. That'd be kind of so like a more interactive thing. You're thinking. I mean, you could make a little tuck. I guess if you made a tuck pocket, you really couldn't see that there was anything here. But I do like the idea because we could just score this and make it fold open. If that's what you're thinking of, Jim. Yeah, well, what did I do? I ink smushed these and then I sprayed them. So they're kind of a random assortment of things. And if you turn them over, they're more matte. But I like Jim's idea of like having this be a hinge. I think I bet if you scored it like here, it would be, you could probably score it. Well, let's try that. Let's try scoring it in 1/4 inch and see if we can just make sorry about that. A 1/4 inch. Let's do 1/2 inch. Let's do 1/4 inch. I changed my mind twice. But of course, I made it because it was ink smushing. I made a whole bunch of them. So I've been using them mostly as layering panels, which has been kind of neat. This is a 1/4 inch. It'd also be kind of fun to it. We could also make one, since it's like we're not running out of tags. We could use another one somewhere as how would that look? So if we glued this down, oh, that would be cool. So we could like glue this down in the center, and then we could kind of have this as a hidden element, That'd be kind of fun. Or we could glue her on top and, have it be, you could put like a little journaling spot or something under here, certainly. Or you could actually back this tag too pretty easily with an extra place to write. You could do something like that. But was that what you were thinking of, Jim? Like hide the angel and then have this be sort of your front. We could put some other things on here, obviously, because it's not like we're short of things. Because what other ephemera? Let me dig into my other ephemera box. We could just see what we have. Have some snow globes. I kind of like this front door on the tag because it's kind of the same size. It's very Christmassy, but like I kind of like this as an idea that you would probably notice that you could open it up that way. That's a possible. We could also grunge up that a little bit. Like we could do a little something to that to make it look a little less pristine. Oh, this I kind of like. That would be cool because that would kind of play off the. Maybe I'll do that instead. I do like that, and I like the idea of like hiding this little. This almost looks like a cameo to me. I mean, like the usual, the old school kind. Yeah, because this would fit, and I don't think obstruct the score line. That'd be kind of cool. Or we could actually put her on the back as sort of a really hidden element. I kind of like that, actually. Where it's sort of interactive. You can flip it and then see her, and she's kind of a surprise. So let's get the tag on first, and then what's with the rest of this. It's not a super sturdy tag, unfortunately. But that's kind of on me because I made it out of the paper I had on hand, which was pretty not sturdy. But yeah, that works. And the good news to it not being sturdy is I could do that. I do kind of like it in the center. I kind of like it. We do it like a little off center so that it's obviously like a thing you can open. I kind of like that. We'll see how this works. Because we could like keep it within the card, but just barely, so it's sort of more obvious, and not glue the card together because that would be bad. But I mean, I think that makes it more obvious. We could also put a little tab here. That would be kind of nice. I kind of like that as an idea, actually, because you got all this extra green. I don't think we need it to be 3, whatever this is, but like if we just do like an inch and a half, maybe, and make a fun little. What do I want? Maybe 2 inches. Let's make a little itsy bitsy tag out of it. I think this will just be 3/4, unless I measured wrong. Yeah, so we can have a little tab and just cut this a little bit to make it less boring. But you could do something like this, and then it would be really obvious that you should turn it. As the card gets progressively a little more quirky. Oh, thanks, Jim. Yeah, I think the gift behind the tag makes sense. We actually do have gifts, so we can put some gifts in here too. Let me just angle these corners a little bit. Do we like that? I'd like it to be a little small, smaller is the wrong word. Not stick out as much. Whatever that is. Yeah, I like that. So figure out where we want this and hopefully put it on correctly. Oh, this will be neat. This will actually kind of line up with the edge. But you have a gift, so we could just put her on the front. That's kind of nice. Like we could stick her on the front, and then we will see what gifts I can find because I know I have a bunch of gifts. And I'm kind of like trying to get her between the score line and the edge of that tab. But now that that's all done, that's holding together pretty well. That actually added a decent amount of weight to the front of that, but I do have gifts. I have Santa too. You have a random Santa sighting. Or not. But I have gifts somewhere. I have a sleigh full of gifts, in fact. Not in real life, but in ephemera. So we have like some biggish gifts. I don't really love the pink. I know you're shocked. But we will see. We've got a truck full of gifts. That'd be kind of quirky. It'd be kind of quirky if you just put like a random truck full of gifts. I don't love the pink. Well, we're scrapping the pink. We have more pink things for unknown reasons. We have letters. This cool mantle with gifts, which we could just kind of cut the edge off of. But I think I have like a lot of gifts somewhere. Yeah. So like you could do that. I might cut the front of that sled off a little. Well, that probably will work because I think that'll, yeah, do just sort of gifts. Kind of like that one. The truck's an option too. Let me see if I have other things. I would like bigger gifts, which obviously we could make if we want to. I don't know. I like the sleigh, so I think we're going to keep the sleigh. And just stick that down. I do like the idea of a gift behind the tag, though. We could do the door behind this, too. Like, we could do sort of a sled in front of the door, wherever my door went. That is not a door. That is close to a door. Oh, this one's cute, too. I kind of like that. I kind of like that snow globe. I don't know that it makes sense, but I do like that. Ooh, this would be nice with those two together are really nice. Sorry, distracted. We were looking for a door. We were looking for a door. Or a window. Oh, here's the door. So I do kind of like the idea of the door because it would be sort of a kind of make the scene make sense. You know, so if we had our door, then we could have our sleigh in front of it. I kind of like that. But also, I really like this star, so I might use that somewhere. Probably not here, but somewhere I like that. But I do like this as like a little scene that's kind of your surprise when you open this up. So I think I'll do that. Pink. Oh. Oh, that's a good idea, Shanna. And after I went and complained about it. But I do think I have a green bow in my. I don't even. I think I have a bow. I mean, a ephemera bow. Obviously, you could just make one out of twine too. Let's look at that as an idea. Let's find the pink bow. The pink gift is in here somewhere. Oh, here's a nice bow. That might be a little too much bow, but Okay, here's the pink gift. Yeah, that bow's a little large, but I think I have a bow that's not that large. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, and it's... Oh, I like that. And it even matches our card. That's cool. Good idea, Shanna. Let's do that. That is a good idea. At least it's a pale pink. So if we just stick this on here at kind of a fun angle. Then we can glue it. Yeah, I think adding like some color to it that's not pink makes it seem more makes it seem like not a pink card. But there we go. That's kind of fun. That's a fun element. Good idea, people. And then I wanted to use our other two ladies as kind of flankers back here. We have one. Have a couple. I kind of like that. Have a couple flying friends because they are definitely from the sky. And I do like that all the characters aren't like, they're not all white, which is kind of a nice thing to have. We'll see if we want to do other things, and if I missed any parameters I should do something with. I don't think so, but then we have our place to write something. We have our fun little element. I wonder if we could cut a 1/4 inch off one of these other tags and back it. I think I want to do that. I think backing this would make it a little bit better. If I cut the right side off. And I mean, I could just use a tag I don't like too. So it would be this 1/4 inch, I think. At least the nice thing about like mass making these is I don't feel bad about like cutting them up. And I think I just did that wrong. Yeah, I just did that wrong. Oh well, let's do that again, but correctly. Because I'm mostly using these tags as layering bits on other cards. In fact, I can show you one in a moment while this dries together. Yeah, there we go. So that's kind of more what I was thinking. So, but I'll even if I cut part of this off, it's not really a big deal because I will just use it in a slightly different way. Okay, there we go. Sure, the glue is covering this whole thing, but it should dry fine. Okay, I like that better. So then you have your little hidden area. You could of course stick a note in here too. And you could always if you glued the bottom, you could always turn this into a tuck pocket too. Not for today's card, but anyway. Let's see. We have a map fold, which this is because it's a folio. We have mostly planter colors, blue flowers, green foliage, decorative more blue and green. So I think blue and green are pretty plantery colors to me. We have the star that's from the sky or a snowflake or whatever this is. And then we have all the random angels, including the one on the front. Yeah, and we have 3 panels in a row. So I think we're good. But thanks, Blossom. It'll be very quirky. So I'll be interested to hear if your friend likes it or not once I mail it. But this is still fairly light, so I don't think it'll trigger any extra postage, which is nice. But let me see what Lala is saying. She is multitasking, and I hit my camera. There we go. That's better. And random things are falling on my desk. That's good news, Lala. Yeah, so thanks everybody for coming. We made a very quirky card, which I will definitely post later. And BC, check out Elizabeth's channel on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock my time, if you're interested in seeing the kickoff of her birthday thing. And if not, I will probably pop on at some point this week to do some more Adventy things, because that will be starting this week. So I think that's pretty much it. If anything scheduling wise changes, I'll just put up a community post. It's great seeing you. Great seeing a bunch of new people as well. So if you have any comments or thoughts on things that you want to see through December, always feel free to email me or just leave a comment in the description. Let's see what. Yep. Lala is usually busy. Lala does not sit still. Lala gets a lot more than I do done. But you should get redirected over to Shanna's channel. I think she'll be live in about 5 minutes or less, and she's going to be smashing a card kit and making a bunch of Christmas cards. So using, I think, Kendra's Card Challenge 20 as inspiration for some of the sketches, but we'll see. So I'll see you over there. And as always, thanks for dropping by, and I hope to see you again. Have a good night.